For the first time since 2018, the Duke Blue Devils sit atop the mountaintop in the ACC. Hi everybody, Carter Hill here from the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina for 3304 Sports, where the Blue Devils just took down the Virginia Cavaliers by a final score of 59-49.
Okay, so just recapping, Gio, we got Miami on the men's side, Virginia Tech on the women's. Wait, hold on. Before, can we get the camera on me? Can we get the camera? Okay, so this is what Gio had for the men's. Okay, and this is what he had for the women's, okay? So he's got Miami, Virginia Tech. Kendall, you had the Hokies, so VT for the women. And then on the men's side, you had the UConn Huskies taking it home. It should be a good one in both Houston and Dallas.
North Carolina's Roy Williams, Duke's Mike Krzyzewski, Villanova's Jay Wright, and now Notre Dame's Mike Bray is the next major domino to fall in this never-ending cycle of legendary coaches trading the bench for the beach.
Well, on the larger scale, many have talked about this Virginia Tech team as being one of the best in program history. In fact, it's only the third time the Hokies have reached the national semifinal in any sport. And for more on that, we send it down to Nick Brown.
Kyle Filipowski was dominant for the Blue Devils down low all night long. 20 points, 10 rebounds, another double-double. He is your 2023 ACC Tournament MVP.
Through 23 seasons of unprecedented success, Bray has compiled an impressive 13 appearances in the coveted NCAA tournament, 3 Sweet 16 appearances, 2 Elite 8 berths, and a precious ACC championship in just the school's second full season as a member of the league.
Guys, first off, what a run for Virginia Tech women's basketball. The first ACC title in program history, the first #1 seed in program history, 15 straight wins, and now the first Final Four in program history.
Well, to further prove that point, last night in the win over Nebraska, the most Virginia Tech students to ever attend a Virginia Tech women's basketball game in the Kenny Brooks era, which has lasted 7 years. What does this say about the student buy-in here at Tech? And with Bray being the winningest all-time coach in Notre Dame basketball history and being the only Irish coach to reach 400 victories under the Golden Dome, I'd say the longevity that's taken place on the bench in South Bend has certainly paid off.
More so, though, the bigger storyline in this one from Greensboro, first-year head coach John Shire taking over the reins from longtime head coach Mike Krzyzewski, wins the ACC in his first year at the helm. And for more on that, we send it over to the head man himself.
Well, I know the perfect guy to add on to this, and it's Nels Williams, who's standing by at Cassell Coliseum. Hey, Nels, what do you got? And from a Hokies perspective, they're hoping that goodbye gift is a mere chef's kiss towards Bray's retirement with a 4th straight victory against the Fighting Irish inside Purcell Pavilion.
Sometimes it's hard to comprehend that Virginia Tech women's basketball is a 1 seed for the first time in program history. But believe it, the Hokies have accomplished just that. After securing their first ever ACC tournament title, head coach Kenny Brooks' squad has been deemed the #3 overall seed in the 2023 NCAA tournament, and a well-deserved honor at that. After slowly steering the ship to the promised land, after 7 years at the helm, Brooks has not only done the unthinkable during his time in Blacksburg, but has now brought the madness of March itself to the friendly confines of Cassell Coliseum. Ever seen Field of Dreams? Okay. Here comes the cliche phrase. If you build it, they will come. And after methodically building up Tech women's basketball over the course of over half a decade, that's exactly what is going to take place this weekend. For the first time since 1999, and for just the second time in program history, Cassell Coliseum will be packed to the brim as a sold-out maroon and orange crowd prepares to look down on a Tech team that's already made history in their time on the floor, and who knows, there could be much more coming. To this point, it seems like the sky's the limit for the Hokies in their quest for the school's first ever national championship. From the buy-in to the commitment to the path to the Final Four, running through Blacksburg and eventually through Virginia Tech as a whole, the time is unprecedented for Tech women's hoops and for Hokie Nation itself as Tech's NCAA tournament run begins right here tonight in the New River Valley.
Sixth inning of work for the right-hander Lindsey Grind facing off against the left fielder Brianna Manny. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. First pitch, misses outside for the ball. The count goes to 1-0. Get Mount St. Mary's with that if you're listening on radio, with that 3-2 advantage. Three-run homer off the bat of Maggie Kane gave them the lead. 1-0, misses inside for a ball. Count goes to 2-0. And actually, Kyle, this is a story I've been wanting to bring up for quite a long time. You know, as my roommate, how much I love mascots.
Oh, you do.
First the 2-0, swung on and foul back to the screen. Count goes to 2-1. So we mentioned it's Mount St. Mary's' first season in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. Well, I am going to argue, but first the 2-1. Taken for a strike, and the count goes to 2-2. So I'm going to argue this. And you know how crazy I am with this whole thing. But first the 2-2 is swung on and popped up down the first baseline. Given it a look is Bailey, and it falls foul. I'm going to argue that it should be called the Mascot Atlantic Athletic Conference. And here's why. So I look at the preseason poll for MAC softball. First the 2-2. Swung on and flown out, deep right center field. Moving back is the right fielder Green, and she makes the play on the run, shifting to her right for out number 1. So why, you ask, Kyle? Why, you ask?
Why
Okay, yeah. So I look at the preseason poll for the MAC. So Mount St. Mary's picked 6th in the conference. They're picked behind, let's see, Canisius, Marist, Fairfield, Iona, Siena. Canisius, the Golden Griffins, okay?
Griffins, okay.
Marist, the Red Foxes. Fairfield, the Stags. Iona, the Gales. And Siena, the Saints, I believe.
The Saints, yeah.
We'll go through the rest of them in just a second. First, the first pitch to Bonshak. She swings and misses. The count goes to 0-1. And it's funny, too, you look at Ryder, the Bronx. The Bronx, short for Broncos, you know,
right,
of course.
Still.
Short for Broncos.
That's
We have a
peculiar one.
meeting down at third base real fast between Bonshak and the head coach of the Mount Anna Nargo. But then it goes even further than that. You look at Manhattan, the Jaspers.
I didn't even know.
So what is a Jasper? You know, it's funny, like people are like, what's a hooky, but what's a Jasper? 0-1, swung on and lined on the left field line. Coming on is the left fielder, Ritter, and she makes the play, moving to her right for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down, go the Mount here in the top half of the 6th. And that'll bring up Tori Bowles, the catcher. And it's funny because, like, you know, we're talking about all this, and Manhattan, the Jaspers, like, Manhattan, the Jaspers. Do you know what a Jasper is, by the way?
I have no idea.
I'm a little concerned. First pitch is taken outside for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. I'm a little concerned because I'm like, you know, like, how do people think about all this stuff? Like a Hokie, everybody knows the story of Virginia Tech. 1, swung on and line right up the middle. This will get through for a base hit. Cutting it off in the alleys, the center fielder Peck gets a 2-out single off the bat of Bowles. And the Mount have a base runner here in the 6th. Go through even more of the preseason poll. Niagara, the Purple Eagles, of course. St. Peter's, the Peacocks. You got to know that one, right?
That's a famous one.
That is a famous one. Elite 8 last year for the St. Peter's men's basketball team. Here's Gutty, the shortstop. First pitch from Grind. Swung on in line to the shortstop. Thrumke hits off her glove for a base hit. Squirting into left field. So it's a 2-out single off the bat of Goody. And the Mount are in business here in the top half of the 6th.
$11-5 NC State over Clemson. 15:37 remaining in half number 1. The Wolfpack off to an early start. Bounce pass then low to the recently checked in RJ Godfrey. The right-handed layup is no good, but a goaltending call is going to be made by Roger Ayers. Casey Marcel came flying in to swat it away, but it was too late, and it makes it a 4-point ball game. So left to right go the Wolfpack. We wind under 15:30 to play here in half number 1. Jarkel Joyner has it straight away with 21 seconds to shoot. Smith driving down low, right-handed hook shot, no good off the left side of the rim. And the rebound goes to Chase Hunter and Clemson. Here go the Tigers, right to left with 15:30 on the timer. Straight away now, P.J. Hall, crossover dribble, and he pulls it back out with 20 seconds to shoot. Godfrey now left baseline, throws it back out, Chase Hunter, and it's picked up by Terquavion Smith, although Hunter touched it last, so it will be a backcourt violation, and the Wolfpack will get the ball back.
Gonna be honest there, Clemson got lucky.
They did get lucky.
Terquavion Smith had tipped that ball way up in the air and was just waiting for it to come down, licking his chops, saying, I'm about to get a layup off of this.
Ebenezer Dewana checks in for NC State, as does Ben Middlebrooks for Clemson. The Wolfpack will inbound underneath their own basket, leading by 4. Joyner in the right corner with 18 seconds to shoot. Now we'll settle down the offense as we submerge. Under 15 minutes to play here in half number 1. Wolfpack shooting 40% from 3. That one, though, is clanked off the left side of the rim, no good by Joyner. And the rebound goes to Hunter Tyson in Clemson. Straight away now for Middlebrooks with 24 seconds to shoot. Clemson in need of a spark. Right wing now for Tyson, now Chase Hunter. Thought about a right wing 3, won't take it. RJ Godfrey driving down low, hits a cutting Tyson with 13 seconds to shoot. Now to the left wing for Beadle. Pump fakes, tries a left wing 3. Off the left side of the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Ebenezer Dewana, but a foul called down low on Ben Middlebrooks. And NC State will get the ball back going the other way.
Well, I tell you what here, Carter. Clemson was that type of team that started off really, really hot and then all of a sudden just kind of shifted a bit. You know, they lost Chase Hunter for a few games due to injury, and that was one of the heart and souls of this Clemson team. So they're trying to find their way back into that picture. But for the longest time, they were the outright favorite to win the ACC.
Terquavion Smith checks out of the game for the first time, and entering into the game for the first time is number 10, Breon Pass. Jarkel Joyner straight away, now a left wing 3. 3-point knockdown, and it's a 14-7 NC State lead.
He is so cold, and I mean cold in a good way, like cold.
The Wolfpack now 3 of 6 from distance. Straight away now for Chase Hunter, navigating to the right wing. Cross-court pass for Tyson, tries a left wing 3. He connects.
So is Tyson. My goodness, we've seen him pop a few threes in our day here, Carter, calling some Clemson basketball. Had that game winner against Virginia Tech at home.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it from straight away. Pass on the left wing for the Wolfpack. Driving down low with 13 seconds to shoot, NC State by 4. Whistle blown, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Breon Pass. He was setting a screen on Chase Hunter, and Clemson gets the ball back. It's the first turnover of the game for NC State. And just like that, here comes Terquavion Smith. He's not going to be off the floor for very long.
Yeah, and it looks like Pass just kind of stuck his hip out, trying to clip that defender just a little bit more. And that's what the ref got him for.
So right to left goes Clemson. 13:30 to play, running clock. The Wolfpack with a 14-10 lead. The winner advances to the semifinals to face off against UVA. Straight away 3 for Hunter Tyson, in and out, no good. And the rebound goes to Dewana and NC State. Up the floor we go with Jarkel Joyner on the left wing. Settling down the offense with 23 seconds to shoot. Joyner driving down low. Pump fakes, goes up for 2. Can't get it to go off the left side of the rim, but he's fouled.
That was an easy foul call. Beadle pretty much jumped right into his lap as he was trying to take that shot. Might have embellished the rollover on the court a little bit, but a foul nonetheless.
Sends Joyner to the line for 2. Yet to attempt a free throw today, but a good free throw shooter at 85%. The first one is up and good, rattles home. Multiple substitutions for Clemson. Dylan Hunter, the younger brother of Chase Hunter, and Chauncey Wiggins enter the ball game for Clemson. Also looks like DJ Burns about to check back in for NC State. He will. And will replace Dewana. One more coming for Joyner. Bounce pass from Teddy Valentine, and Joyner with the bend of the knees, flick of the wrist. And that one rattles home as well. 16-10, NC State on top over Clemson. And showing a little bit of full court press here with Terquavion Smith. That caused a lot of trouble against Virginia Tech yesterday for the Hokies.
Yeah, he wreaked havoc
Absolutely.
on the Hokies offense.
Straight away for Chase Hunter, navigating to the left wing. Driving down low, goes up with the right for 2 on the up and under layup, and it's blocked away by DJ Burns out of bounds, so the Tigers retain possession.